YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? So Peter Schrager of Good Morning Football and NFL Network went on Good Morning Football this morning and was talking about the 49ers offseason moves, the coaching switches. He basically brung up how the 49ers lost Mike McDaniel, they lost Wes Welker, they lost quarterbacks coach Rich Scangarello, but they hired Anthony Lynn, Brian Greasy, former ESPN Monday Night Football analyst. Obviously, Anthony Lynn, being an offensive coordinator, being a longtime NFL head coach, was the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers for a decent amount of time. But he was basically going over those moves and talking about how the 49ers have switched their coaching staff around to suit their new offense with Trey Lance, I guess, in a way. He basically said today, everything I'm hearing out of San Francisco is that Trey Lance is making major strides, not only as a player, but as a leader in the building, with Jimmy Garoppolo not present. Obviously, Jimmy G's not present because he's in Southern California rehabbing from his shoulder surgery that took place in March. The 49ers, I think, know that I think the 49ers know where they stand with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think there's stuff that's been said or that's happened that's not been reported. And for the 49ers, I think it's benefiting Trey Lance that Jimmy Garoppolo is not there. Because like I said, Peter Schrager's saying from what he's hearing, he's not only making strides as a player but as a leader in the building as well. So I think with Jimmy G gone, I think that's taking some type of pressure off of Trey Lance. I know that if I was coming in as a rookie in the NFL and I'm going to a team where they have a quarterback that's good enough, he's not great, but he's good enough, they win with him, he's been to a Super Bowl, I think there's some type of pressure to perform better than the guy in front of him, right? And I think with Jimmy Garoppolo not being there, I think it's beneficial for Trey Lance. It's helping him kind of be himself, I guess, in a way. It's helping him lead the team, not only as a player but as a leader. He's taking on those he's leading those team drills in the offense. He's learning how to be a leader. He's set behind Jimmy Garoppolo, who, by the way, is a great leader. You can say what you want about Jimmy G's play, but as a leader, Jimmy G is probably the best leader the 49ers could have asked for. Took Trey Lance into open arms when he was drafted, developed him, helped him out in areas where he needed it, and instead of being like Ryan Tannehill, where when Malik Willis was drafted, he said, it's not my job to lead him or to teach him and whatnot. Jimmy G didn't say any of that. He stuck his head down. He knew that the 49ers were eventually going to move on from him, and instead of being a complete asshole about it, he took Trey Lance under his wing. He's developing him. He's taught him things. And I think Trey Lance really benefited from sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo. But I also think Trey Lance is benefiting from Jimmy G not being there because it's giving him the ability to be himself and to kind of lead the team how he wants and things like that. Peter Schrager also said, the Trey Lance-Brian Grease marriage may be the most satisfying quarterback/quarterback coach duo in the entire NFL this season. And I agree. It could definitely be one of the most satisfying duos from a head coach and a quarterback, or a quarterback's coach and a quarterback in the entire NFL. But yeah, I think that's more positive news aside from Debo showing up to camp, Nick Bosa showing up to camp. This is also great news. And even last season, even before all this stuff, even in the last offseason when Trey Lance was drafted and was practicing and whatnot, Fred Warner and a lot of guys on the 49ers made it known that Trey Lance was doing insane things in practice. He was carving the defense up. He was making the cornerbacks pissed off. He was very accurate with his throws. Fred Warner even mentioned his arm strength and stuff like that. And it's not only those guys. Fred Warner, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Travarius Ward, Juwan Jennings, all those guys have praised Trey Lance very highly. Now, obviously, they're not going to completely come out and say he's trash or he's not doing good. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're just saying that for a reason. And I think if anything, they damn well wouldn't say that Trey Lance is carving up the defense and whatnot if it really wasn't true. And I get it's practice. It's completely different from an actual NFL game. But at the end of the day, I think that knowing what's coming out with Trey Lance, him taking major strides in year 2, I think a lot of that has to deal with Jimmy G not being present and his status being unknown. I think the 49ers obviously know where they stand with Jimmy, like I said. I think they know what trade is coming. I think it's really coming down to when that will take place and if Jimmy Garoppolo can get healthy in order for that trade to take place. So good stuff coming out of the 49ers minicamp already. I mean, Debo's being there, Nick Bosa being there, and now Trey Lance, taking major strides in year 2, not only as a player, but as a leader.